So you're moving to Warrensburg or PCSing to Whiteman Air Force Base. Should you live in Savannah Commons? What does it look like? I can help you with that. Today, we're gonna take a video, drone, and Google Map tour of a really cool neighborhood in Warrensburg called Savannah Commons. Here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe right down below because I make a new video every week. Maybe you're gonna wanna get notified, and my contact info is right there. So if you're coming here, if you're PCSing to Warrensburg, you have any questions, reach out, call me, text me, email me. Okay, here we go. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I'm on this kick to show y'all every single neighborhood in Warrensburg. And that's because knowing what they look like is so important, especially if you have to move here and buy a house sight unseen. So Savannah Commons. I actually have a very good friend and one of our next door agents who lives in this neighborhood. So I will try to be as unbiased as possible. But this neighborhood is small but mighty. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go to the Google Map tour and I'll show you. Here we go. Hi guys. Okay, so bear with me. I know I've done a bunch of these, but me and computers sometimes aren't the best of friends. Okay, here we are, Savannah Commons. So if I pull out a little bit, this is a map of Warrensburg. Ta-da! So in case you're wondering, here's ye old Warrensburg. Pull out a little bit more, here's Knob Noster, here's Whiteman Air Force Base. It's a hop, skip, and a jump from Warrensburg over to Knob and Whiteman. And if you go up west, look at me, we're using my directions. You see we are about 45 minutes to an hour from Kansas City. Smack dab in the middle. So Savannah Commons, in comparison to everything else, here is downtown Warrensburg. So for example, if you want to go to University of Central Missouri, if you want to go to Pine Street right here where all the bars and restaurants are, boom, that's where you are in relation. There are two ways to get to Knob Noster. The first is 50 Highway, which goes straight over to Knob, and then you go down to Whiteman, or you take DD Highway. Savannah Commons is directly on DD Highway. So it's literally super easy to get up to either base or to go back towards the city. Very simple. Okay, so let's take a look. Savannah Commons, as you can see, it's very small. It's nestled in between Country View and Lake Ridge. So it's just this teeny little square. The cool thing about this neighborhood is it has a pool and it has a clubhouse. So it actually it's in an HOA, which most places in Warrensburg are. And you pay about $80, between $80 and $95 a month, depending on if you live in a townhouse or if you live in a single family home. But you get to use the pool and the clubhouse, which is awesome. Let me pop into Street View so you guys can see kind of what this looks like. As you can see, oh, that's really pretty. There's the little pool and the clubhouse. It's a mixture of single family homes, usually, 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranches with a finished basement, and townhouses. And people either own these townhouses or rent them. So it's a nice little mix of owners and renters. As you can see, it's a beautiful neighborhood. The HOA really does its job at keeping all of these properties wonderful. And the townhouses are a mix of all brick and then vinyl siding. So very, very pretty, very well kept. I've actually sold a lot of properties in this neighborhood, both single family and townhouse. So I do have a lot of experience of knowing how much they go for. And I figured since we're here on the computer, let's pop in and see some recently sold properties. These are all the properties that have sold recently in Savannah Commons. Here's one. Here's a townhouse, 1208 Dustin's Way. This sold $725. So as you can see, it needed a little bit of updating inside, but it had an all brick front. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhouse, 1,700 square feet. Let's go see what it sold for. Okay, so it sold for $214,000. So that's not too shabby, $214,000. Let's look at another one. Here's another one. Okay, this is one of the single family homes. And I know I'm dating myself a little bit with this, but you get the drift. That 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet, so it does not have a finished basement. It sold June of 2025. Let's see, 1905 Sideview Lane. Let's go back. 1905 Sideview Lane. Do a little searching, excuse me. 1905 sold in the last year. You're getting behind the scenes footage, people, of how we do our things. Okay, let's see what it sold for. Drum roll, please. 235,000. 235,600. So that kind of gives you an idea of what these properties go for. So for the most part, you're really looking at these between 1,200 and 2,000 square feet, between 3 and 4 bedroom, 2 bath. And your range is basically low twos. So basically from 200,000 up to 260,000 is basically where you're going to, ooh, this is just a row of townhouses. How pretty. That's where you're really going to end up in this neighborhood. The great thing about this neighborhood is if you buy a townhouse, you live in it, and then you're working at Whiteman Air Force Base, and then you PCS or move to your next duty station, you can rent these out so fast. So you could actually keep the property and use it as a rental if you wanted, because there are other rentals in this neighborhood. They allow rentals, which is wonderful. Ooh, that is stunning. Whoever owns that house, good job. So, great investment. Nice neighborhood. I wish it had more trees, but you can't always get what you want. It is very well built. If you go back and look at it from the top, you can see that for the most part, a lot of the townhouses are all along this main back strip, and then you have a lot of the single family homes on the other side. So based on that, you can kind of get an idea of where you would live if you would want to buy a house in this neighborhood. Houses do sell very well in this neighborhood, and they go fast. So there you go, Savannah Commons. I hope that this has given you a little inkling of whether or not you'd like to live in a small but lovely, fierce neighborhood. Bye. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope that you have enjoyed our tour of Savannah Commons, and maybe this has helped you a smidge decide where you would like to live. Don't forget to like and subscribe right down below. I make a new video every week. And hey, what neighborhood do you guys want to see next? Let me know in the comments. See ya. Bye.